Following the death of a publishing tycoon, news reporters scrambled to discover the meaning behind his final remark in Orson Welles' masterpiece, Citizen Kane. Citizen Kane is widely viewed by many film nerds and people who make assumptions alike to say that it is the greatest movie of all time. Now, I'm not going to go ahead and say that it is the greatest movie of all time, but it could be. And the reason that I'm bringing it forth to you is that I think it gets an unfair reputation of a mechanical movie that is kind of boring to watch because a lot of film students and people who take film classes are forced to watch it and dissect it and pull it apart and yada yada. And I think that kind of takes away from the movie. And what I'm trying to do here is shed some light that if you don't watch it as a homework assignment, and if you watch it purely as a fan of film, I think that your experience will be much different. And it truly is a tremendous film. What seems to come up a lot is people watch it and they go, well, what exactly makes it so terrific? I don't get it. It's just a movie. And there are several things. I think largely one of them is the cinematography. If you look at some of the shots, particularly establishing shots and POV shots, you can see a lot of just really majestic looking scenery shots. And what it reminds me of is if you look at the green screen movies, particularly like Sin City, you see like these amazing scenes are established, but it's all fake. It's all CGI. This isn't. This is all done purely through artistic vision. And when you take a look at shots such as Charles Foster Kane's address when he's running for governor, just the overhead shot and the banner with his face behind, they're just amazing shots. And it just whether you like the movie or not, it will burn the image into your head. Also, you take a look at story. I think a lot of people are familiar with the story because it gets made fun of a lot. You have to look at it from the point of view of seeing it for the first time and never having heard of it before. The story is just tremendous. You would think that, how can you have a 2-hour film based on one word that was spoken? And for an artist to pull that off is just like, wow. A lot of the success of the film has largely to do with Orson Welles' role, and that goes as his role as a director, a writer, and the star of the movie. Traditionally, the films that I recommend are to shed light on movies that are either underrated or they're not talked about enough, in my opinion. And this is a different case. The reason that I bring this forth to you is, like I said before, to get you to look past the social stigma of the movie and to just view it as an audience member and not as a student who has to critique what your professor told you was the greatest movie of all time. Don't even look at it as the greatest movie of all time. Don't put it to that pedestal, because if you put any movie to the pedestal of it's the greatest movie of all time, then it puts an unfair burden on the movie and it takes away from your ability to enjoy it. Basically, that's the point that I'm trying to get across. So let me know in the comments what you thought. If you're a person who has seen this for the second time, could you successfully eradicate that thought from your head? And for those of you who are seeing it for the first time, please don't even look at it as the greatest movie of all time. I'm going to go ahead and say that it's not, but it truly is a great movie and it is worth seeing at least once in your life. And that's pretty much it.
Now tell me honestly, my boy, don't you think it's rather unwise to continue this philanthropic enterprise? This Inquirer that's costing you $1 million a year?
You're right, Mr. Thatcher. I did lose $1 million last year. I expect to lose $1 million this year. I expect to lose $1 million next year. You know, Mr. Thatcher, at the rate of $1 million a year, I'll have to close this place in 60 years.
This was his baby. This was what am I doing? Like, I'm crossing my arms like I'm an idiot.